This time on Backroads.
Here come the dolphins, they're everywhere.
We're discovering all creatures great and small on breathtaking Kangaroo Island, just off the coast of South Australia. Kangaroo Island, or KI as the locals call it, separated from the mainland about 10,000 years ago. Left alone in the icy waters that swirl up from Antarctica, the island has become an ecological Noah's Ark, a unique sanctuary for plants and animals.
The diversity of wildlife species here is amazing.
A third of the island is protected wilderness, and the rest is mostly bush and farmland, with the odd laid-back coastal town.
Kangaroo Island is quite a wild place. There's a lot of area on it that's almost untouched.
Some call it Australia's Galapagos Island, a place where the wildlife has adapted to the special conditions.
We call it a biological window in the past because we have plant and animal interaction happening here on Kangaroo Island like no place else in the world.
Life was threatened here in the summer of 2020, when a raging inferno incinerated almost half the island. Years on from the fires, the scars are still evident. However, out of the ashes, new alliances were formed. Can farming and conservation go hand in hand?
Absolutely. Everything's about balance.
G'day, I'm Paul West, and I'm here to see how the recovery's going and to find out if this place is still nature's wonderland. First up, I'm heading east to Pelican Lagoon to meet a woman who knows more about echidnas than most people on the planet. But when I arrive at her rustic home and research centre, nestled in the bush, I realise I'm not the only visitor. What have you got here, Peggy?
Well, I have Flat Frida and Flat Fred.
Whoa.
So I will just take them out of their little favourite T-shirt here. Both of these were roadkill.
Dr. Peggy Riz-Miller is a celebrated scientist originally from the United States, who moved to the island in the late 80s to study the elusive short-beaked echidna.
We call them incentive mammals because you can't just come to Australia and expect to find an echidna. You really have to, be in the bush and spend time. Nothing happens quickly. They've been around for a long time, and so we call it echidna time.
For over 3 decades, Peggy has been putting radio transmitters on echidnas. And with the help of volunteers and scientists, she's been able to track them and unravel a few mysteries.
They've been around for 110 to 120 million years.
Whoa.
So they were on the planet with the dinosaurs.
Wow.
And we all know what happened to the dinosaurs. They died out. But echidnas have survived, and that's why we have so much to learn about survival strategies and what they've done, how they've done it.
What about being an island makes the ecology on Kangaroo Island so special?
Being surrounded by water means that, it's not always easy for things to get here. We don't have any rabbits. We don't have any foxes. So what we have here, we have plant and animal interactions, much as they were pre-European times. And you can't say that for any place else in Australia, and probably many places in the world.
Now, when famous biologist and broadcaster Sir David Attenborough wants to film these ancient creatures, he calls on Peggy. How did the fires impact the echidna population?
Actually, echidnas and goannas fared really well during the fires. Echidnas are great diggers, and most of them had dug in. So they dig down, move those spines around so that dirt goes between them, and they were very good at surviving the fires.
While Australia has always been a land of fire, now with global warming, our bushfires are more frequent and more savage. But here, there are plenty of signs of life.
As a biologist, fire is not devastating. Fire is actually a tool that has formed Australia, and so we say that it's a new starting point, and things are coming back, and it's beautiful the way it's coming back.
Peggy tells me there's not only been a lot of changes in nature, but also in attitudes towards it.
So conservation measures, I think, has become very personal for a lot of the landholders. We have our farming community that realizes how important the native scrub is.
So you're seeing a little bit of a collaboration between some farmers and some greenies?
Well, absolutely. I like to say, yeah, we're not brown and green on the island. We're actually melting together to form, a beautiful union of what nature is about.
I want to meet some of KI's farmers to find out what it's like to run a property in the middle of this ecological Noah's Ark. Peggy said the best place to find them on a Saturday is here.
Looks like a good tough brand of country footy.
Yeah, everyone's enjoying themselves. There's a bit of, roughness out there. Everyone's having a good time.
On KI, footy is king. They have their very own league and a whopping 5 clubs.
So who are we backing today?
We are the Sames, we're the Wonkies, we're the Club in the Scrub, we're the Westies as well, country Australia. Everyone has a nickname, including the sport club.
Sabrina Davis, who is originally from Germany, came to work on KI in 2009 and fell in love with a farmer. Now she's the president of the new sports centre.
Thank you.
I nearly drove past, but then I saw this massive clubhouse. I mean, is that the best clubhouse in rural Australia?
I think it is now. Our old club rooms were deemed the worst ones in Australia. And when the Black Summer fires went through here, we lost our club rooms. And then after the fires, we were very fortunate to receive some funding through many, many supporters, including the AFL. And now we have the most beautiful building for our Club in the Scrub. Ooh.
Looks like to be playing on concrete out there today.
It is absolutely a silver lining for us to have a new building. And having this come back, this is like the icing on the top now. It's just, it feels like it's, it's a really big milestone for our community.
Sabrina wants to show me how the recovery is going on her farm on the western side of the island, which was hardest hit by the fires.
The biggest fire and the most impact was probably on the 3rd of January 2020, which is when we lost the club building at Western Districts and we lost most of the homes in this area.
The fires that summer burnt over 200,000 hectares of land. The inferno lasted 6 weeks, killing tens of thousands of animals and taking the lives of 2 locals. Sabrina's husband, Ben, an experienced firefighter, filmed this terrifying footage as the fire raged around their home.
Come on, piss off. Burn and piss off, will you?
Ben, his brother and his father sheltered inside as the firestorm swept through.
Yeah, well, we tried.
They made their escape as soon as it was safe.
Boys, we're looking for.
The fires went through here in the evening and we literally just lost our property. So we lost all of our stock, fencing, infrastructure and our house.
After a year of living apart in the main town, Kingscote, Sabrina and her 2 children returned to help Ben on the farm while their new home was being built.
So this is the new place.
Looks great.
It was really challenging. I had a few months where I was quite emotional. We were very grateful for the new house and finally be able to spread our wings again and, you know, have a lot more space. But it's taken time to, you know, become a home. It takes a long time to create new memories in it.
Ben and Sabrina's new house isn't the only sign of recovery.
Let's have a look, Ben.
At the back of their property, there's a remarkable partnership that started after the fires.
Oh, look at it.
So that's the original male that we radio tracked a year and a
Ben,
half ago.
who took that harrowing footage of the fires, and ecologist Heidi Groffen are checking out the photos from a camera trap that's stationed near a dunnart's burrow.
Look at that. Look at their big Dumbo ears. So they have a bit of an elephant-shaped ear, even though these guys are tiny. But
How big is that? Oh, tiny.
tiny.
Like a mouse,
Yeah,
size of a
house
mouse.
mouse.
Right. The top left.
Heidi works for KI's Land for Wildlife.
Yep.
It's part of a national not-for-profit organisation that teams up with landowners to protect habitat for native wildlife on their properties.
So we work with private landholders who have beautiful bushland habitats just like this one. And we try and engage them to better understand what wildlife species are on their properties and then help them control any threats that they might have.
The conservation project aims to help save endangered animals like the KI dunnart that are only found on the island.
She started looking at areas where there, you know, might be animals and sort of asked if she could come out here. So, and I mean, I don't know, I don't use the scrub, so it's open for her to investigate.
There's a bush rat.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yep, big fat bush rat. And a tiger snake.
Going down the burrow. Wow, that's cool.
I've been here all my life. I grew up here, and I've always known the animals were here. We see them randomly. I suppose this is putting into perspective that a farm and the native wildlife can coexist together. Everything's about balance.
Heidi's next stop is a nearby farm where she's hoping to inspire KI's youngest minds.
It was a moonscape. So what did you think we needed to do to make sure that the animals that had still survived were going to continue to survive?
Plant trees.
We planted trees and we also installed shelter tunnels.
After the fires, volunteers built shelters all over the island to help give vulnerable wildlife some protection.
So this is what a shelter tunnel looks like. So they stand about half a metre high, and the small dunnarts and birds and reptiles can move in and out them away from predators.
How important is it to engage the next generation in conservation work?
Yeah, I think getting kids out of the classroom and into nature is always the best way to teach. Shall we have a look and see what's on the camera?
Yeah.
And if we can show them species on camera, it always makes them laugh and gives them that appreciation of the diversity of wildlife species that are here on Kangaroo Island. Oh, what's that tail?
Goanna.
Goanna. It is a Rosenberg's goanna. So they're endangered. How cool is that to see that on camera? They're the next custodians, so it's so important to show them what they've got and show them how easy it is to learn more and to look after it.
What is that?
That's a koala. That's a koala's eyes. That's a koala.
It's a koala's legs. It's doing a dance in front of the camera.
Yeah, the wallaby did too.
The wallaby did as well.
Well, I really like the dunnet because they're endangered and they're like nice and cute and they've got sharp teeth. I've been bitten by one once and it really hurt.
Did you bite it back?
No.
What do you love about living on Kangaroo Island?
I like how it has lots of animals and wildlife and people protecting it.
When you grow up, do you think you might want to help protect the wildlife of Kangaroo Island?
Either that or run a KFC shop.
Heading back through the bush, I notice great swathes of black and green. A reminder of the power of fire's destruction, but also the resilience of the natural world. I can see Mother Nature is making a comeback. And she's not alone. The tourists that flock to this place are often lured here by the promise of an amazing wildlife encounter. With fluffy koalas, friendly kangaroos, and laconic sea lions. I'm on my way to meet a man who is not remotely interested in any of that. Wow, Richard.
Yes, there's quite a few specimens here. I think roughly about 80,000.
And so where has this collection come from?
So most of it's Kangaroo Island material.
Dr. Richard Glatz is a renowned entomologist who's been collecting insects on the island for the past 25 years.
So this must be an incredible snapshot of the insect biodiversity of KI.
Yeah, so the object of starting the collection was to kind of document what's on KI, what it does. A lot of insects, they don't know what they do. And compare it with the mainland, I guess, and try and understand why it's different.
And so this is your life's work?
Yeah, I guess so.
When you think about scientific discoveries, people often think big. But Richard's eureka moments have often been small. Very small.
So I found the enigma moth, which represents a new family of moth. It's really primitive. I think there'd be over 100 new species probably in the collection. So Kangaroo Island, it's basically a gold mine for insects, certainly.
And are they KI insects?
Yep. So this
It
one
might be smaller than a 5-cent piece, but the enigma moth has been hailed as one of the most exciting discoveries in the insect world in the last 40 years.
There's only 2 specimens of that one known, again, only from Kangaroo Island.
Another favourite of Richard's is the eye-catching native carpenter bee.
It's a very large, spectacular bee that we've been working on for quite a while on Kangaroo Island. It's always been endangered, but the successive fires now have really impacted it and dropped the numbers right back. So, it's an important insect.
During the fires, the carpenter bee lost 95% of its habitat.
Oh, such beautiful bush.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Like Heidi, Richard has been working with the community to bring the glittering bee back from the brink of extinction.
Oh, what have we got here, Richard?
So this is an artificial carpenter bee nest.
Yeah, right, it just looks like a stake that's been driven into that plant. So that's a nest.
Yeah, and it's meant to replicate the flowering spike of a yakka, which is what they usually nest in.
So what kind of role do these artificial nests play in helping the carpenter bee population?
Well, really, it's just to give them more places to nest. So these were a conservation measure, and it was really good, actually, because it got the community involved. Brought in the med shed, so they made us like between 500 and 1,000. Oh. Yeah, it's fantastic. Some of the artificial nests got put onto people's properties, their private properties, as well as the park.
How important are the insects to the ecology here, Richard?
Oh, well, really important, and not just Kangaroo Island, obviously, everywhere. Basically, I call them the movers and shakers because they kind of do all of the stuff that makes ecosystems run. But it's generally underestimated, I think, by most people. For me, really, an insect is just as cute as a koala, if not more so. So maybe I'm a bit odd, but...
While I leave Richard to mull over the inner beauty of invertebrates, I have my own eureka moment.
Peggy said that on average it takes about 300 hours to find an echidna in the wild on KI. It must be my lucky day. He's massive.
He's not super happy with me being around, so he's burrowing right down in there, like they did during the fires. What a survivor. Not all of KI's animals that need protecting live on the land. I'm in search of some friendly mammals that live in the crystal waters around the island.
Andrew, where are we heading?
Today we're taking you to a dolphin's relaxation area.
Oh, nice.
Skipper, Andrew Neighbour, is taking me to meet some of his mates.
They've been out fishing at night and they're generally coming back into their relaxation area, or what we call a dolphin's lounge room.
As part of his ecotourism business, Andrew takes visitors out here in small numbers to swim with pods of wild dolphins.
Here come the dolphins. They're everywhere.
There's some nice couple of headlands. They can get in there and relax and chill out. They get out of the wind. They can also feed in there as well. So they teach all their young all their life skills in there. Find a few pufferfish as well, and yeah, happy days.
What do they do with the pufferfish?
They're actually documented as recreational drug users. So yeah, those little pufferfish that live in the sand, they'll sonar them out, grab a few of those guys, have a bit of a chew on them, and the toxins released gives them a natural high. Yeah, so they're actually stoner dolphins.
Andrew is a 20-year veteran of the fishing industry turned ecotourism operator. Now that's a bit of a U-turn.
Yeah, no, it didn't go down really well. I stayed away from the pub for a while. They said, you're crazy, like, what do you think you're doing? You've lost it. And I said, well, I've got a bit of a vision and I can see that, further down the track we're going to appreciate nature a bit more and start to learn a bit more about it rather than just take. Let's take nothing, let's just enjoy it.
At the back of the boat, Andrew's friends Tony and Phil Bartram are busy working.
There's that Cuba lookalike again too.
They're retired school teachers turned citizen scientists for a group called Dolphin Watch, a volunteer organisation that aims to protect dolphins and their habitat.
These two look like mother and juvenile as well.
The couple have been coming out on Andrew's boat to study these mammals for nearly 20 years. The data they collect is shared with scientists around the world.
We photograph a particular part of the dolphin, which is the dorsal fin on its back, because that's cartilage like your ear, and if it gets any damage, then it doesn't heal, and so it becomes an identifier like a thumbprint or a fingerprint. Then we can work out which dolphin is which, and which dolphin is where, when, and try and put in place protection and conservation measures for those places.
I can't wait to get amongst them. For many who make the pilgrimage here to swim with these wild beauties, it's a life-changing experience.
Oh, wow. I can understand why people get emotional when they experience something like that. That is one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life. Absolutely surrounded by a pod of wild dolphins. They come and they check me out and you can hear them chattering away. I just wish I could speak dolphin so I could understand what they were talking about. That's a memory that's going to stick with me for a very long time.
The people on KI are a rare breed. From scientists to farmers, they are desperately trying to undo the damage done by the fires. And from what I've seen, they've got a battle on their hands.
But I think with the passion and commitment of the islanders that I've met, they're in with a fighting chance.
Conservation gets done by people that care about it on the ground. You know, governments attempt to do things with listings and this and that, but really, if you want something protected on the ground, it takes people that care for it.
Without the community, my 35 years of echidna research wouldn't have come together, because our community is very helpful in many ways.
Why is that here?
They want to know what's happening with the wildlife, so it's the whole community that really makes Kangaroo Island a special place to study, to live, and to learn.
Next time, I check out Great Keppel Island.
Oh, wow, look at this.
It's an absolute treasure trove with oysters galore.
Oh, so good.
In the 80s, it was the capital of Raunch.
It's a great place to get wrecked.
But now it's a wreck itself. I want to find out how it can be saved.
I'd love to come back in another 20 years' time and go, we've developed it well and we're looking after the environment.